right leg forward is a bad position for Mark, and he likes to counter with that reverse punch. When he's forced with that right leg forward like that, he's not where he wants to be.
Both fighters are picking up the action in this second round of our featherweight division.
I think Mark senses that the judges may have scored that roundhouse kick counter over on the other side of the ring for Dong Li, and he's going to try to get it back, and it looks like he just did.
Yep, that left leg. Mark, when he's standing in an open position, his right leg forward, and Dong puts his right leg back. Dong be in a better shape if he changed feet right now with Mark.
Exactly. This is the lead that Mark Williams wants.
That left leg roundhouse, there we see it again.
And Mark, or Dong Li being a classical fighter, this is a stance that he trains in 80% of the time, and he expects his opponent to fight in the same lead. So if Mark gives him a different lead, it confuses him just a little bit. And here's Mark is in the right lead. He's looking for a left roundhouse kick.
That's right. When he changes, watch him for that reverse punch, because he loves that right hand reverse punch. He's used it a lot of times today. I haven't seen him throw it once yet this time, Jay.
Which is a good indication to me, because a lot of players will punch when they're tired. And Mark's going for the win here. He's kicking. He's matching everything Dong's throwing. I like him.
Yeah, but take a look at his mouth. His mouth's open, and with what he told me earlier about expending a lot of energy, I got to think, yeah, he's a little bit older. He's been around a while. He's sucking wind through his mouth right now. But with Mark, he's so smart. You never really know. You never really know. But his eyes are intense. He's staying. He's inching. Now look for the left leg. See, that's a bad position for Mark, where his right foot is forward and then Dong's right foot is forward. But like you said, Dong's comfortable out of this position and he's fighting in it, and I don't agree. And Mark's looking to inch forward and throw the left leg roundhouse. You look for it to come. It's coming as he moves right to the boundary there.
Dong is attempting some sidestep motions to avoid that left leg. He's also using his cut kick very well against Mark, keeping him off balance somewhat.
Dong was baiting him there. He had him by the boundary, and he was baiting him knowing that Mark wanted to kick before he moved out of bounds, and he was looking for a sidestep counter.
The third round in our featherweight division, 141-pound weight, between Dong Li from Texas and Mark Williams from New York.
Now the fight starts. Now the fight starts.
Red started off with the point right off the bat. Mark went high, Dong went low, and I think Dong got the best of the exchange. It's going to be a third round match, and like Mike said earlier, it's going to be 30 seconds at the end.
Yeah, Mark doesn't look in the greatest shape, but his face is intense. Now he's picking up the pace. He's inching forward a little faster. There's a couple of back kicks, both of them throwing the same technique. And Kakala, the center referee, telling him to bring the kick up. But we're looking for the left leg roundhouse now. Now let's see, you're going to start to see combinations. You're not going to see him give up on a one kick. Now this is where Mark uses a right leg jab in order to jam Dong. But now they're back in a position where Mark's going to look for that left leg roundhouse, and there it is.
Difficult to see if they're going to score that. Dong switched at exactly the same time. That's going to be a close call for the judges. Still, to me, Dong seems to be controlling the tempo a little bit, keeping his distance a little bit better. When he wants contact, there's contact. When he doesn't, he's out of the way. There again, he made contact and then shifted right back, and Mark had no chance to retaliate.
There's a good left leg roundhouse counter off the spin. Dong's a little hesitant. Dong is aware he's fighting an experienced fighter. But now the pace has really got to pick up, and Mark's going to need to show combinations. The people now we can say the fight is starting. Whoever